Today's review will be Tempesto, located at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, in Virginia. This multi-launching shuttle coaster is a Premier Rides Skyrocket 2 model clone. There are currently 8 of these in operation around the globe. This was my first Skyrocket 2 model I've ridden, so I was pretty excited to give it a go. Starting off with presentation, Tempesto is a tightly packed in right next to Apollo's Chariot. When I first heard that Busch Gardens was going to build a Skyrocket 2 model, I was a little disappointed. First thing, the ride has a small capacity, which didn't make sense for Busch Gardens. Second was how the ride would change the park landscape. These roller coasters are very compact, but stand 150 feet tall. But because this ride is placed right next to Apollo's Chariot, it kind of fits right in with the surrounding. I heard the park didn't even have to cut down many trees, which I know is a concern for the park also. The ride is themed to an Italian daredevil. It kind of has this carnival vibe to it, but not too cheesy. The colors also really pop and look fantastic. So overall, I'll give Tempesto a score of 7 for presentation. Intensity. Being a multi-launch shuttle coaster, Tempesto really packs in a punch. The first launch forward is nothing really, but the fun really heats up when you launch in reverse, letting you know what's in store for you. The ride offers a couple moments of strong airtime. The most intense is when you reach the highest point of the ride. The slow inline twist offers a good dose of hang time. It's rather intimidating just hanging there 150 feet in the air. The ride has a couple strong spots of laterals, especially during the non-inverting loop. For being a very compact ride, Tempesto manages to pack in some really great intense moments. I'll award Tempesto a score of 8 for intensity. Fun factor. I wasn't expecting to like Tempesto as much as I do. The ride is loads of fun, the launches are enjoyable and more intense than I expected. The airtime moments are enjoyable, and who doesn't love that fun inline twist? If there is one thing that takes away from the fun, it's the unnecessary comfort collars. I found them to be somewhat annoying during the non-inverting loop. It would keep rubbing against my neck. I can see how some guests will appreciate the collar straps, since it will make them feel a little bit more secure, but they're not needed and many other clones of the Skyrocket 2 models don't even have them. Tempesto receives a score of 9 for the fun factor. Originality. When Tempesto opened in 2015, there were already 3 of these coasters in operation, thus making this coaster not original. But the placement of the ride does add to the excitement. While riding Apollo's Chariot, you can watch Tempesto zoom right past you as you climb the lift hill. Tempesto gets a score of 2 for originality. Smoothness. Tempesto has a couple moments of strong laterals, which some would interpret as rough, but these moments are intentional. The ride itself is smooth with no moments of roughness or rattle. So I'll give Tempesto a score of 10 for smoothness. Okay, the final score comes to 7.2, which is a good score. Tempesto may be a clone, but it's a fun roller coaster model. Frankly, I would prefer to replace the horrible boomerang coasters that are plaguing the amusement parks across the world with one of these. Tempesto is a fun and exciting experience. The ride can get a rather long line because it has a really small capacity, but I waited to ride this coaster near the end of the day, and I was able to ride it twice in a row without waiting. So what do you think of Tempesto? Should more parks build the Skyrocket 2 model clone? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe, and also you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.